Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, yogis, to another wonderful day. Hello, my name is Jason Gorenstein with at Yoga with Jason G. I hope that you guys are having a phenomenal Thursday today, June the 4th. The time is 9 a.m. and hopefully this class is meeting you well today. So hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. And I am looking forward to some practice. So without further ado, let us begin on our backs, and we're going to start in Shavasana pose. So begin lying on your backs, palms face the ceiling, release the head down, just close your eyes and be here. Shavasana pose to start today's practice. Okay. So as you continue to breathe, just start to notice both your inhalations and your exhalations. Begin to let the breath travel in and out of the nostrils. And the legs are fully extended here. The arms are reaching out to the sides. Shoulder blades are underneath the center chest. And you allow for the tops of the collarbones, or rather trapezius muscles, to release away from the ears. Just begin to observe your breath here. Breathing in and out through your nostrils. Good. And from here, you'll begin to hug the right knee into the chest. Flex through the left ball of the foot. Bring the left knee to a bend position. Take the right foot. Place it over the top of the left thigh crease. And then you can stay here. Or if you want, you can take your hands behind the back of the left leg. So keep the left foot flexed. Keep the right foot flexed. And breathe here. Allow the back of the head to remain on the mat. Good. And then as you exhale, release the left foot down. Release the right foot down, hug the left knee into the chest. Take the right foot over the left thigh. Hug the back of your right thigh in. So thread the needle pose on the opposite side. Flex your right foot. See that your right outer hip continues to lengthen towards the left heel. Good, and then you'll come back to center again. Let both knees hug into the chest here. And begin to take the hands back behind the back of the head. So allow the chest to lift up. Allow the legs to lift up here. We're going to alternate leg lifts. We'll alternate leg lowers here as you begin to peel up the chest and the heart here. That's it. And then from here, you're just going to begin to take crunches. Lifting and releasing. Lifting and releasing. And you're going to draw the legs towards the chest on the inhale, and you're going to bring the legs away on the exhale. Draw the legs towards the chest on the inhale, bring the legs away on the exhale. Draw the knees towards the chest on the inhale, draw away on the exhale. Good. Then from here, you'll hug the knees into the chest again. Begin to rock the weight of the body forwards and backwards until eventually you begin to roll up and take the legs back. Find your way into child's pose. Release the head on down, close the eyes, and breathe here. Child's pose. Just let the breath be long and slow here. Release the head. Good. Extend the arms forward of the chest, lengthen through the fingers, release the head on down. Breathe here. See that the fingers are at least shoulders width distance apart. Allow the thumbs and the forefingers to press down. Allow the inner forearms to lift up off the mat. Allow the outer arms to wrap in. Walk the hands over to the left side. Release the head down. Breathe into the right shoulder. Breathe into the right hip. Breathe into the right side of the neck. Good. Come back to center. Walk the hands over to the other side and release. Continue to wrap the outer arms in. Continue to lengthen through the fingers. Good. Walk back to center again. Inhale, peel up the chest and the heart. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog pose. Downward facing dog pose. See that the feet are at least hips width distance apart, if not wider. See that the palms are pressing down. Allow the inner forearms to lift up. Allow the crown of the head to release down towards the mat here. So as you continue to press back through those feet, continue to feel the inner shins lifting up towards the inner knees. Thigh bones pressing back. Belly is engaged here. And then shift forward into a plank pose. As you shift forward into a plank pose, continue to press down through all 10 fingers. See that the outer shoulders spread across the back of the body. Allow the heels to press back here. Allow the thighs to draw back as well. As you exhale, find your way into downward facing dog pose again. Once again, downward facing dog pose, lengthening the heels towards the back of the mat. Allow the thighs to begin to press back as the calf flesh spins from the inner calf to the outer calf. Allow those hips to draw back any amount more. Back body is long. And one more time, shift forward into plank pose. Good. So as you take plank pose, just begin to press down through those fingers. Begin to feel the outer arms hugging in. Begin to feel the belly engaged. You're going to draw the left knee to about an inch off the mat. Pause here. So you draw the left outer hip back. Good. So remain here. Just continue to press through those hands. Continue to press through those fingers. Continue to engage the core muscles. As you exhale, let that left leg drift back. Draw the right knee in. So once again here, pressing through the hands, wrapping the outer arms in, firming the outer hips in and breathing here. Exhale, extending that right leg back. Downward facing dog pose again. Downward facing dog pose here. Continue to press back all 10 fingers. So the fingers press forward, and the forearms lift up. Now look in between the hands. Begin to walk the feet forward towards the hands. Inhale, lengthen here. As you exhale, hinge at the hips and fold. Now press through the four corners of the feet. Inhale, begin to peel up the chest again, and just keep the hands on the mat. So you're lengthening the chest forward, you're lengthening the heart forward. Continue to engage those core muscles. Continue to see that the ribs are lifting any amount, and the ribs are floating off of the chest as you lengthen the side ribs forward towards the elbows. Good. Take the hands to the low back here. Press to the feet. Inhale, find your way to standing. And Tadasana pose. All right. From Tadasana pose, inhale, windmill the arms up towards the ceiling for Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold here. Inhale, lengthening through the chest, heart, and sternum. As you exhale, take the hands back down to the mat. Walk the feet back. Find your way into plank. So plank pose here, pressing those heels back, pressing those thighs back. Lower the knees down to the mat. Lower the chest all the way down to the mat. Inhale, peel up the chest, heart, and sternum here for Cobra. As you tuck the toes under, press down through the hands. Lift the thighs up, press the hips back. Downward facing dog pose. Release the head down. And continue to wrap those outer arms in as you lengthen the side ribs all the way back. Good. Well, from here, you can add a light bend to those knees. Begin to look in between the hands. Walk the feet forward towards the hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, spin the arms up. Exhale, hands come to the sides. Good. Inhale, floating the arms up again for Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hinging at the hips and folding here. Inhale, lengthening through the chest, heart, and sternum. So once again, take the hands down to the mat, walk the feet back, plank pose. Plank pose to chaturanga. Chaturanga to upward facing dog. Upward facing dog to downward facing dog. And again, spread through the fingers. Adding a light bend to the knees. See that the inner forearms lift on up. See that the outer arms wrap on in. Good. And from here, you'll look forward in between the hands again. Spread the fingers wide apart. Pressing down to the feet, hips back. Walk the feet forward towards the hands. Inhale, lengthening here. Exhale, hinging at the hips to fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms up towards the ceiling, Urdhva Hastasana pose. Exhale, taking the hands back down to the sides. Inhale, floating the arms up. Exhale, hinging at the hips and folding. Inhale, lengthening the chest. We're going to take the left leg, step the left foot back, release the left knee down. Inhale, float both arms up towards the ceiling for Anjali pose. Or to Anjali so half crescent pose. So see that the left shin is pressing down. Feel the left outer hip recoiling in and up. Feel both sides of the waist hugging in towards one another as you lengthen out the side ribs all the way to the fingers. Feel the shoulder blades wrapping around the side ribs here. As you exhale, lower the hands down to the mat. Tuck the left toes underneath. Begin to press up through the left heel and straighten through the right leg. Maybe even lift up those toes off the mat here. Continue to draw that right outer hip back. Continue to lengthen the left side of your chest forward here. As you exhale, lower that right foot down to the mat. Inhale, float your right arm up towards the ceiling. Keep lifting through that right palm. Allow both shoulders to spread across the back body here. As you exhale, release the right hand down to the mat. Good. Step the right leg back. You can move through a vinyasa here, shifting forward, plank, chaturanga, downward facing dog, or plank pose holding and moving straight to downward facing dog here. Downward facing dog pose. This time floating the left leg up, hugging the left knee into the chest. So as you hug the left knee into the chest, begin to round the spine here. See that the shoulders begin to move forward over the wrists. Wrap those outer arms. Continue to feel the inner arms hugging in and up. Hug the belly in here as you lengthen through the chest. And step the left foot through the hands as you release the right knee down. Inhale, float both arms up for Urdhva Hastasana and Anjali Asana. So keep pressing down through the right shin. Rebound through the side ribs here, lengthening through all 10 fingers. As you exhale, you'll release both hands down to the mat. Glide through the ball of your right foot. Press the right heel back. Lengthen through the left leg and begin to float the left ball of the foot all the way up towards the ceiling. So as you float the ball of the foot up, continue to lengthen through the chest, the heart, the sternum here. And as you exhale, lower that foot down. Inhale, float the left arm up. So as you bend into the left knee, hug the left outer thigh in. Feel both sides of the chest lengthening and both shoulders spreading towards the fingers here along the back body. As you exhale, lower that hand down. You're going to step your right foot to meet your hands. Inhale, lengthen the chest forward and up. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold all the way. You'll take the knees to a bent position here. See that the feet are parallel. See that the knees are parallel. Hug the outer thighs in and inhale, float the arms up for Utkatasana chair pose. In chair pose, hug the belly in. Lengthen the tailbone towards the backs of the knees and continue to engage your belly as you lift the frontal hip points up towards those ribs. Exhale, folding down again. Inhale, lengthening through the chest. Once again, we're going to step the left foot back, but this time we're going to walk the right toes to the center of the mat. Now glide the left heel out to the side. Firm the right outer buttocks in. Inhale, windmill both arms up into Virabhadrasana 2 pose, Warrior 2 pose. See that the right knee is bending over the second toe. Feel the weight even in the right foot, and you're pressing down through your right heel here. Draw your right inner groin up towards the body as you lengthen both arms through the backs of those shoulder blades. Good.
Now straighten your right leg here by pressing through the right ball of the foot. Allow the right hip to draw back. Allow the left hip to spin forward. Left heel is pressing down. Release the right hand down towards the shin. Allow the left arm to float up towards the ceiling. Press down through the right foot and continue to engage the right buttocks in as you draw the right calf towards the right shin bone. Continue to spin the left outer thigh down and in as you lift through the left chest here. Float the left arm up towards the ceiling again. Bend into that right knee 90 degrees here. Windmill the right arm up towards the ceiling as you lift through the chest. As you exhale, plant both hands down on the mat. Spin onto the back foot here. Step your right leg back. Again, you can stay in downward facing dog, or if you'd like, shift forward. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Shavasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Shavasana, downward facing dog. Downward facing dog pose. This time, step the left foot in between the hands. Walk the left toes to the center of the mat. Spin the right heel down. Press through the left ball of the foot. Press through the left heel. And firm the left buttocks in as you take both arms up and out to the sides. Warrior Two pose. Warrior Two pose, heel to arch in the feet. Continue to bend into that left knee. Feel the left heel pressing down. Feel the left outer leg and inner leg lifting up. That's it. Now, bend a little bit more deeply into that leg as you press through your right heel. Straighten through your left leg. Now, press through the left ball of the foot and begin to hinge your left outer hip back. Glide the left side of the chest forward so the left rib cage keeps lengthening to those fingers, and release the left palm down the leg. Right arm extends all the way up towards the ceiling. Now, as you press through both feet, hug the outer thighs in. Feel the inner knees lifting up towards the ribs. Now, continue to lengthen both shoulder blades out to the arms as you lengthen your right fingers up towards the ceiling. The left hand is soft here. Lift the right arm up. Bend deeply into that left leg. Warrior Two. Windmill the hands back as you exhale. Plant both hands down on the mat. Step the left leg back. You can stay in downward facing dog. If you'd like, shift forward plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Shavasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Take the feet a little wider apart. Spin both heels over to the right side of the mat. Keep your palms planted where they are. Firm your right outer buttocks in here and lengthen your chest on forward. Good. Keeping this, begin to float your left palm off of the floor and lengthen your left fingers all the way up towards the ceiling here. Vashisthasana pose. Vashisthasana pose. Release your left palm down to the mat. Come back to center. Feet are still a little wider than hips width distance apart. Spin both heels over to your left side. As you spin the heels over to the left, firm the left outer buttocks in. See that you're pressing firmly through both hands so the weight is even. And then begin to become light in the right fingers as you float the right palm up towards the ceiling. Right arm is extending up through the right chest. Feel both side ribs lengthening towards their armpits. Draw the collarbones away from the ears. Exhale, lower the right hand down and shift back into downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Shavasana pose. Downward facing dog, float the right leg up. Hug the right knee into the chest. Round the spine deeply here. Keep pressing through all 10 fingers. Allow the left outer hip to draw back as the right knee draws forward. Step the right foot in between the hands. Spin the left heel down here. Begin to float both arms up towards the sides as we come into Virabhadrasana 2 pose. Virabhadrasana 2 pose. Continue to maintain that bend in the right knee. Feel the right hip lifting off of the left thigh, or the right thigh rather. Hinge at that right hip. Release the right hand down inside of the right leg. Left arm floats up towards the ceiling. Now, as you press that left heel down, begin to spin the left hip towards the floor and press the left thigh back. Right buttocks continues to hug in here. Now, take your left hand, spin the left thumb to the back of the room. Bend the left elbow and just release the left hand back behind the back. Keep bending a little bit more deeply into that leg. Now, look up over that left shoulder and continue to spin the chest open as you press through that left heel. Again, inhale, float the left arm up towards the ceiling. Glide the left arm up. We come back into Warrior 2 pose. Warrior 2 pose for a moment, straighten that right leg and spin both feet to parallel. Inhale, lift the arms up towards the ceiling here. Exhale, forward fold here. Now as you forward fold, take your hands, walk your hands in line with your heels, and begin to send the chest on forward here. Wrap those outer arms in. Continue to engage the kneecaps here. So the kneecaps lift towards the sides of the hips. Lengthen through the chest, the heart, the sternum here. As you exhale, bend those elbows and begin to release the head down. Good. Shift the weight forward now from the heels to the toes. So you're pressing evenly through the four corners of the feet. Take the arms out to the sides. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Begin to draw the elbows in towards one another as you begin to open the chest. Lift the arms all the way up towards the ceiling here. Continue to firm the outer triceps in. Lengthen through your chest here. As you inhale, begin to peel up the chest, heart, and sternum. Lengthen the chest all the way up. Glide the hands up towards the ceiling here, lengthening. As you exhale, spin both feet over to the right side of the room. Bend one more time into that right knee for Warrior 2 pose. Windmill the hands down to the mat. Spin onto the ball of your left foot. Step your right leg back to meet the left. You can stay in downward facing dog if you'd like. Plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Shavasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Downward facing dog pose. Good. Downward facing dog pose. Again, just begin to step your left foot in between your hands. Spin the right heel down. Press firmly into the outer side of your right foot as you draw the left buttocks in. Inhale, float both arms up, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2 pose. So see that that left heel is planted firmly down on the mat. You can even lift up all other toes of the left foot to really seal that leg down. And then from here, for a moment, let's straighten that leg. And let's rebend into it. Good. All right. From here, press the right heel down. Spin the left buttocks in towards the midline of the body as you release the left hand down towards the mat. Inhale, float the right arm up towards the ceiling. Now, see that the weight is even in the foot. Allow the left buttocks to hug in towards the midline of the body. Turn the right palm to face the back of the room. Bend the right elbow here and release the right hand right behind the back body. Press that right heel down. Bend a little bit more deeply into that left knee and begin to look up towards the ceiling here. As you inhale, float the right arm back up. Let the right arm lift you up and out of the pose. Straighten through that right leg again. One more time, or left leg. One more time, bend into that left knee. Windmill the hands down to the mat and step your left leg to meet the right. So come into downward facing dog. Shift forward, plank pose. If you'd like, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Shavasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Downward facing dog. Begin to look in between the hands. Bend the knees here, walk, step, or lightly hop the feet forward towards the hands. Inhale, lengthening the chest forward and up. As you exhale, bend those knees and continue to lengthen through the chest. Come very low in the legs and begin to float those arms forward, up, and off the floor. See that the hips continue to draw back. Press down firmly through the heels here. Continue to wrap those outer thighs in. Good. Inhale, float the arms a little higher as you draw in the navel, and then begin to straighten those legs here as you lift the arms up and over your head. Urdhva Hastasana, release the arms down to your sides as you find your way into Tadasana pose here. So arms are at your sides. Just breathing in and out through the nostrils and finding your way into Tadasana pose. Okay. Tadasana pose. Bending through the knees here. Beginning to inhale, peel up the chest, heart, and sternum. As you exhale, hinging at the hips and folding. Inhale, lengthening through the chest, heart, and sternum. As you exhale, walking the feet back. You could take downward facing dog if you'd like. Shift forward to plank. Lower down Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Shavasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Downward facing dog pose. Downward facing dog pose. Float the right leg up again. Draw the right knee into the chest. Stay here for a moment. Take your right knee, bring it outside of your right leg, and just remain here. Keep the right foot off the floor. Continue to press firmly through the fingers as you allow the shoulders to spread across the back body. Draw the right knee back to center. Step the right foot in between the hands. Leave the left heel where it is. Press the left heel back. Firm the right outer thigh in. Begin to float the hands back towards the sides of the body. Allow the right outer hip to hug in. See that you're pressing down through the right heel. Lengthen both sides of the chest through the crown of the head. The trapezius muscles move towards the back of the spine. Continue to press through that left heel. Bend into that left knee slightly. Inhale, float the arms up towards the ceiling for crescent pose. As you exhale here, begin to release the hands down to the mat. Glide your right arm up one more time as you move into this twisting variation. Spin onto the outer side of your left foot. So you're in a Vashisthasana variation, but you have your right knee bent. And then from here, find your way into Vashisthasana pose. Lifting through that right arm, lengthening through both sides of the chest, heart, and sternum. As you exhale, lower that right hand down to the mat. You can stay here. You can move through a vinyasa, or you can shift to downward facing dog pose. Your choice. Eventually finding your way into downward facing dog pose. Inhale, floating the left leg up. Taking the left knee into the chest, shoulders over wrist. Drawing that leg forward and bringing that leg outside of your left arm. Pressing down through the fingers, lifting here, engaging those core muscles as you breathe. Drawing the left knee to center, stepping the left foot in between the hands. Walk the left foot just slightly over to the left palm. Continue to press through that right heel. Continue to draw the left buttocks in towards the midline of the body. Walk the hands back and begin to float the hands back behind you. So bend deeply into that left knee. Draw the arms back and lengthen through the center chest, through the crown of the head. From here, bend slightly into the right knee. Inhale, float both arms up towards the ceiling as you find your way into crescent pose, Anjaliasana pose. As you exhale here, take your hands down to the mat. Spin onto the inner side of your right foot. Walk your left toes over the left, open your left arm up. So this is a twisting variation of crescent pose. Press firmly through the right hand. Feel the right shoulder ceiling on the back of the spine. And then from here, floating the left leg on top of the right as we move into side plank Vashisthasana pose, lengthening through both side ribs. Exhale, lowering that hand on down. Come back to center, plank, chaturanga, upward dog, downward facing dog. Downward facing dog pose here. Once again, floating the right leg up. Right knee comes to chest. This time, extend your right leg outside of your left. Spin onto the outer or inner side of the left foot and float the left arm up towards the ceiling for fallen triangle pose. Continue to lengthen the right rib cage forward. Continue to press back through that left heel. Release the left palm down. Draw the right knee into the chest. Extend that leg back and step the right foot in between the hands. Spin the left heel down this time. Hug the right outer buttocks in, and once again, begin to float those hands back and behind. Seal the left heel down. Grow the left leg forward towards the right foot and begin to draw the right outer hip back. Inhale, begin to peel up the chest. Float the arms up towards the ceiling for Virabhadrasana 1. Straighten that right leg. Lengthen through both sides of the chest. Hinge at the hips as you come forward again and lengthen through both sides of the chest here. Good. As you exhale, bend into that right knee once again. Stepping your right leg back. Shifting forward into plank pose. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha Shavasana. So as we come into the other side, left knee comes forward into the chest. Left leg extends out to the side. That's it. And then begin to spin onto the right heel as you lengthen your right fingers up towards the ceiling for fallen triangle. Keep lengthening the left side of the chest towards the left armpit. Keep extending your right arm up towards the ceiling as you press through the right heel. As you exhale, lower the right hand down. Glide the left knee back into center. Extend the left leg on back and step the left foot in between the hands here. That's it. Spin the right heel down. So now we're either a heel to heel stance or wider. Press the right heel down. Press the left heel down. Firm the left outer hip in. That's it. Glide the hands next to the side ribs. Continue to peel the chest on up. Inhale, floating the chest up as you press down through that right heel. Right leg grows all the way to the right armpit. Inhale, float both arms up towards the ceiling. Continue to lengthen through those side ribs, all the way to the fingers. As you exhale, plant those hands down on the mat. Glide your left leg back. Shifting forward if you'd like, plank pose. Lowering the chest halfway and all the way. Take your hands down to the mat. Bring your hands right along the sides of your ribs. As you begin to press down through the tops of the fingers, begin to peel up the chest. Collarbones begin to move towards the elbows. Center chest begins to lengthen towards the crown of the head. Float the hands off the floor. Begin to float the legs off the floor. And just like the movie Mission Impossible, old movie with Tom Cruise, 94, begin to lengthen the fingers all the way forward and bring the hands forward in front of you here. That's it. As you exhale, draw the hands back to the side ribs and lengthen the chest. 2 more times. Hands come forward, glide just above the floor. Extend those fingers forward, lengthen through both the side ribs and all the way through the sit bones, and then come back. Hands come to the center chest. One more time, gliding those hands forward. You're just floating those hands up above the floor, hugging in the belly here, hugging in the abdomen, breathing, and then drawing the hands back to you. Hands come next to the side ribs, tuck the toes underneath. Exhale, pressing down, up and back. Downward facing dog pose. Downward facing dog pose here. You're going to draw the right knee in. You're going to float the right leg up, and you're going to take the flip dog variation as you take your right foot over the side of your body. Lift your right arm up towards the ceiling. Now take your right hand, actually place it behind the head, and begin to breathe here as the head rests into the hand, but the hand is supporting the head at the same time. From the outer thighs in, keep lifting through the center chest. Inhale, right arm lifts up. Glide the right hand back down to the mat. Again, right knee to chest, step the right foot in between the hands. Spin the left heel down again. One more time, warrior one pose. Warrior one pose this time. We're going to walk the right toes over to the left. Open the arms out to the sides, and one more time, warrior two pose. Straighten through that right leg. Hinge at that right hip. Once again, triangle pose. Triangle pose here. Begin to take the left hand behind the back. Add a bend into that right knee and glide your hands around that right leg. That's it. All right, firm here. This is called bound angle pose. Bound, bound, bound angle pose. All right, so from here, you're going to look forward. You're going to see that your right hip is hugging in. You could just stay here. See that your right hip is hugging in. You'll step your left leg forward. You're going to look forward again. Shift the weight forward. Shift the weight forward. Shift the weight forward. And maybe as you begin to straighten your right leg, you lift the left leg up. That's it. From here, bend into that right knee. Softly release that left leg down. Slow. And then from here, coming back up, warrior two pose. Warrior two, stepping that right foot over. Inhale, floating the arms up for warrior one. Exhale, taking the hands to the mat as you spin the left leg back. Good. Straighten through that right leg. All right. From here, you're going to walk forward that left leg. You're going to walk forward that left leg. Left leg floats up. Now glide your left leg in front of your right leg here. Spin around here, and take Garandasana pose. Eagle pose as you float the arms up and draw the left elbow underneath the right. Lift both of those arms up. Hug the right outer thigh to the left. Hug the left shoulder to the right. Begin to lean forward, begin to lean forward, begin to lean forward. So now we come into pure eagle pose. Keep sinking the buttocks down, keep lifting the chest up. Unbind the legs, unbind the legs. Warrior three variation of eagle. Step your left hand back. Hands are still in eagle pose. Bend that right knee. Arms release. Arms come up towards the ceiling. Exhale, plant the hands down to the mat. Glide the right leg back. Shift forward, plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale. Urdhva Mukha Shavasana. Exhale. Adho Mukha Shavasana. Good. Other side. So from here, draw the left leg up. Bend into that left knee. See that the left hip opens up. Hopefully you guys have some space here. You're going to release your left foot down behind you. Take your left hand. Place your left hand behind the head. Press through the chest. Thighs draw up. Continue to breathe as the right shoulder sets in the right shoulder blade. Inhale, floating the left arm back over as the leg extends back up. Left leg extends. Left leg, left knee comes to chest. Step the left foot forward in between the hands. Spin the right heel down again. Warrior one. Pose. From warrior one, walk the left toes over to the left. Arms come out to the side, and we're in warrior two. Warrior two pose. Hinge on forward, hinge on forward. I'm sorry, we came in through triangle, my bad. Come in through triangle pose. Straighten that left leg, firm the left outer buttocks in, press through the right heel. Bend into that left knee, bend into that left knee, bend into that left knee. Right hand comes back behind the back. Left hand comes back behind the back, or behind the leg, and then we firm the hands in. Look down towards the ground, look down towards the ground, look down towards the ground. You can stay here, or if you like, step your right leg in. See that the weight drifts forward into that left leg, and begin to lift your right leg up. See if you can lift the leg up. Press through the right heel, press through the right foot. One leg may be easier than the other leg, obviously. Good, and release slow. Slowly release it down. Unbind the legs, come back, warrior two pose. Warrior two pose, walk the left toes over, back to warrior one. Hands come down to the mat. Glide your right leg up as you walk the hands on forward here. Good. Take the right knee, bring it into the center chest. Take the right leg, bring it over top of the left. Over top of the left. That's it. You're going to sit on down, bring the hands up. Garandasana pose. Taking the right elbow underneath the left this time. Firm the outer thighs in. Firm the outer forearms in. Continue to sink those hips down as you lean the chest on forward. So now you're in a proper eagle pose. Nice. You're going to unbind the legs. Take the right leg back. Take the right leg back. Take the right leg back. Release the right foot down. Come back. Warrior one. Arms extend up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Stepping your left leg back. Shifting forward into plank. Lowering the chest all the way down. From here, you're going to take your hands and you're going to bring them behind the head. Interlace your fingers over the head. Elbows are bent. Allow yourself to hug the navel in and float the legs up off the floor. And then begin to float the head up off the floor. Draw the belly in. Continue to lengthen through those side ribs to the armpits. Feel the shoulders spreading across the back. Feel the belly engaged here. Really engaged. Continue to turn the big toe mounts towards one another as you lengthen the buttocks flesh towards the heels. As you exhale, lower the head down and release here. You can turn the head to one side. All right, hands come back down to the floor. Inhale, peel up the chest here. And as you press through the hands, lift the chest, heart, and sternum, come into upward facing dog. Walk the feet forward, walk the feet forward, walk the feet forward. So now you're lifting through those inner legs. You're lifting through the center chest. You're allowing the abdomen to draw in. So this is called proper upward facing dog. It's classical pose. And as you exhale, spin the toes over. Take downward facing dog pose here. So downward facing dog pose, we're going to take the left leg up. Left knee hugs into the chest. Left knee comes to the left tricep. Right leg steps on back. Release the chest on down for pigeon's pose. In pigeon's pose, you may decide to place a block right underneath the left hip. Another option is you could place a blanket underneath the left hip. It may be too high here. And then from here, you'll just release the head on down. Lift up, lift up, lift up. Okay. Now from here, you're going to release that block, okay? You're going to pause. You're going to take your left knee and bring it to a bent position here, okay? You'll take your right knee. You're going to take your left hand, grab hold of the outer side of that foot, okay? Pause. You're going to begin to walk your hands up the foot until you grab onto the top of the foot. Pause. You're going to begin to bend that elbow up towards the ceiling and spin the chest forward. Pause. Keep kicking that leg back. Keep lifting the chest up and breathing here. Maybe, I don't know if I'm doing it today, maybe you'll take your opposite hand back and lift the chest up. Nice. Release the right hand down, release the left hand down. Take your left leg, bring it on back, downward facing dog pose. Good. Very nice. Downward facing dog pose here. Walk the feet forward towards the hands. Keep those hips really high up. Bend the knees. Walk the elbows in. Lift the chest. Crow pose. Bakasana. Lift up, lift up, lift up. Breathe. And exhale. Either shoot on back or lower down in Uttanasana. Forward fold. One more time. Walk the hands forward. Walk the legs back. Downward facing dog. Downward facing dog pose. Drawing this time your left knee in towards your chest. Your right knee in towards your chest. Draw the right knee over towards the right elbow. Take the left foot to the left forearm. Step the left leg back. Now, most likely your right hip is floating. It's lifted. Now, if it's not, it's fine. Just keep the hip on the floor. If it is, place a block or a blanket or a towel under that hip. You're going to take the hands, walk the fingers forward, release the head on down. And breathe here. Now walk the hands up. Walk the hands up. Walk the hands up. All right. So from here, if you have a block under your hip, you can potentially leave it there, but you want to keep the chest lifted here. You're going to take your left knee, draw it to a bent position. You're going to take your right hand, grab it behind you. All right? You're going to walk your hands up the leg just like we did before. Spin the top of the fingers down as you lift. So the elbow is now facing the ceiling. Your right elbow is facing the ceiling. Kick the leg back slightly, lift the chest. If you'd like here, you can try to take your left hand and grab hold of that leg as well. Keep kicking the leg back, keep lifting the chest and breathing here. As you exhale, lower the left hand down. Lower the right hand down. Step that right leg back. One more time. Walk the feet forward, walk the feet forward, walk the feet forward. Bakasana pose. All right? Bakasana pose. If you'd like, you can try or attempt. Haven't done this in a while, but you can attempt to lower the head down, lift up those legs from the outer legs in, and take yourself into tripod headstand. Tripod headstand, bend the knees. Take your legs out, take your legs back, maybe grab hold of the feet, maybe transition back into Bakasana. It's working on it still. All right, and then exhale, release the hips down. Lower the hips down to the mat. Take your blanket, place your blanket underneath your buttocks. Good. All right. Take your right leg, cross it over your left leg. You're going to take yourself into an open twist, so you're just going to take your left hand and bring it back behind you. Open twist, Marichyasana pose. Breathe here. If you'd like, You can take your right hand inside the leg, your left hand inside the leg, and come into the open variation. Lower the right buttocks down, firm the right outer thigh in. Release. Extend your right leg forward. Bring your left knee in. Bring your left foot over the right. Grab the left hand, bring it over the left thigh. Take your right hand, bring it behind the back. Lift the chest, breathe here. Once again, if you want, glide the left hand inside the leg. Maybe take the right hand around and lift both sides of the chest up. All right, and exhale and release. Take that left leg forward. Now you're gonna take the right leg. You're gonna bring the right leg over the left, just like this. Right leg over the left. Release the head on down towards that leg. If you want more here, what you could do is you could take your hands, bring your right hand towards your right shoulder, right on top, and just release your head down like this. All right, and change sides. So now you're going to extend the right leg forward. You're going to bring your right hand over the left elbow, cross your left thigh over the right, and then release the head down. All right. Now, you are going to lie on your back. Hug your knees into the chest. Take your right thigh underneath your left. Grab hold of your shins and begin to allow your legs to drift away from your hips. So the knees start to move towards the front of your mat here. All right, come back to center, hug those knees into the chest. Taking the other side of the pose. So this time, the left leg comes over the right. Both knees float up towards the ceiling and breathe here. All right, unbind. Hug the knees into the chest. Arms come out to the sides. Release the legs over to your right side. And turn the head over to the left. Change. Knees draw over, back to center. Knees draw over towards the left side. Flex those feet, breathe here. All right, back to center again. Hug those knees into the chest. Happy baby pose. Lift those heels up towards the ceiling. All right, and then release the legs on down. Take the palms out to the sides, close the eyes and breathe. Let the breath draw back into the body. Bring the knees to a bend position. Let the legs draw over to the side. Press down, lift the chest. Find your way into a cross-legged position. Take the hands to the center chest. As you feel ready here, release the chin towards the chest. Lift the head, gently open the eyes. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you have a wonderful day. My name is Jason Gorenstein. This was our Vinyasa Flow All Levels practice. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's class. Once again, all these classes are live streaming on Facebook at Yoga with Jason G. Just all one word, at Yoga with Jason G. At is the at sign. So I hope that you guys have a phenomenal day today. Let me know if you're watching on YouTube. Please feel free to check in, say hi, let me know how you're doing. If you're watching on Facebook, likewise. I hope that you guys have a wonderful day today, and I will look forward to seeing you guys soon. Namaste, guys. If you feel like sticking around, I have my little closing for the next minute or so. Okay, so thank you guys so much. I hope that you guys have a wonderful day today. Once again, my name is Jason Gorenstein. The class that you just participated in was Vinyasa Flow All Levels. Our next Vinyasa Flow All Levels class is tomorrow, Friday, June the 5th at 9 a.m. So hopefully you guys can join us then. A couple ways you guys can contribute is by giving a thumbs up sign or a heart sign. If you're watching on YouTube, please consider hitting the subscribe button. If you're watching on Facebook, please hit the like button on my page. And then also, if you feel like commenting is good, sharing is good. I have a little Venmo QR link if you feel like sending any contributions. Those are for things like wardrobe, lighting, sound, camera equipment, all this stuff that goes into making a good practice. So I hope you guys have a phenomenal day today. Please feel free to reach out to me. Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much. See you guys soon.